Welcome everybody to a brand new Goosebumps book review, Goosebumps Horrorland 5, Dr. Maniac versus Robbie Schwartz. So this is the first appearance of Dr. Maniac. Anyway, I have always liked this story a lot because it is unique. The main character loves comics like me, and the story has many surprises like a real superhero story. The story is a bit confusing though. On the surface and in the long run, really only the last chapter of the main story matters, since it's said that Robbie's an only child and everything we just read was one of his comic books he made up. Then at the end, Dr. Maniac and his partner, the Scarlet Starlet, warn Robbie that they will see him again in Horrorland, a final panel that Robbie did not create. But I think the story of Dr. Maniac, the Purple Rage, and the Scarlet Starlet, and the identity reveal of Dr. Maniac being Robbie's brother Sam and the Scarlet being his friend Brooke did happen. But when Dr. Maniac and Scarlet escaped and were on the big TV screen, monitor screen, above the ice rink where Dr. Maniac kidnapped those children for some sort of show he wanted to put on to make profits, he was a maniac, so of course it didn't really make sense. Anyway, when they were on the screen, they escaped from police, and they were on the screen taunting Robbie. And Robbie pressed the delete key on the keyboard, and it changed reality in my mind. That hitting delete changed all of reality. And then, he didn't have a brother, and there wasn't real-life supervillains, etc. At least that's what I like to think to make this story a bit more meaningful to read, and more than just the last chapter. Anyway, in Horrorland, Robbie is with Carly, Beth, and Sabrina trapped after clothes in Werewolf Village. But they dig under the fence and escape. Then Robbie goes into the arcade and is almost mesmerized to go to the back room and play the one game in there. A Dr. Maniac game, a video game of his own creator, or character he created. It's VR and Robbie gets stuck in the game, and when he gets hit, it hurts him in real life. During that moment, two girls mysteriously walk in and help Robbie escape the machine, even though it's not plugged in. Anyway, the two girls are Brittany and Molly from the first book, and they want him to come with them to another park, where they were seen on a carousel of fire. But then Slappy the dummy walks in and the two girls are scared of him. Robbie doesn't know the deadly Slappy, so he tries to ram through Slappy, but the dummy chops on his ear, really hurting Robbie enough for him to black out. When he gets up, Slappy and the girls are gone, and it's Carly and Sabrina who greet him again. This book is very similar to the original series Goosebumps book called Attack of the Mutant. Both have main characters who love superhero comics, and both villains are supervillains. Of course, I am super into comic books and stuff like that. So I loved the story, and it was surprisingly great, even if this was a normal comic book instead of with pictures. This was a normal novel instead of a picture comic book. I wrote that down backwards. Anyway, while reading the story, even though I haven't read it for over 10 years, I automatically remembered the secret identity of Dr. Maniac and that Brooke was also a villain. I totally forgot how the Purple Rage actually died, though. There was a lot of references in this book to real-life things like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, and similarities to other comic book stuff. In the Horrorland part, there was a special golden coin that was bringing Robbie through it, but Slappy stopped the transition. But when Robbie awoke from Carly Beth, the coin was still on the floor, so it kind of leaves a very big cliffhanger. But this book, there's a lot more ads in it, like for the DVDs and the Goosebumps Horrorland video game for the PS2. And this is the back of the book with my username and password for that website years ago. I guess at the time I didn't have the One Day at Horrorland book, so it's not checked off. I think it's because the library, the public library already had it, but anyway. One interesting thing here is the tie-in book doesn't really have any similarity. It actually doesn't have any similarity at all to this book, the Goosebumps Horrorland 5, main characters or villain like the others. But it has the original Horrorland novel when the characters called Luke and Lizzie, the main characters of One Day at Horrorland, and they are seen behind the scenes working hard to warn the special guests about how Horrorland is dangerous for them. I don't know how much more classic Goosebumps I'll review in the near future, but One Day at Horrorland and Return to Horrorland seem appropriate. And my favorite part of this video is looking at the map. This is map 5. You can see Werewolf Village, the river stream, a bridge, and part of the road. It connects to map 3 to the left and map 1 above. Here is sort of how with map 1 and map 4 connected on top of each other. And books 5 and 3 connected, mainly by the stream. And I guess I colored book 3 and 5 maps, but not book 4. Okay, little me. And this was all 5 maps connected. Yeah, the first 5 books connect. This is the best I could do right now. So 4 more pieces here will make 75% of the whole map. After the next map, we will have half of the Horrorland map, actually. But I don't think map 6 connects to any of these, if I remember right. On the back, it has two halves of two different coins and a tagline of games, prizes, werewolves. I don't care about werewolves, like Jack Russell from Marvel. I don't really care about those kind of characters, but it's fine. Right and Fright, How If You Love Horrorland, and Digital Danger. Those are pretty cool catch marks. But now we can look at the whole coin for book 4. It says, avoid the tricky theater. And of course, the coin has the haunted mask on the front. That one's pretty obvious. Same with the third coin. But the fifth coin, the first half says Luke and Lizzie, and it looks like a roller coaster for a picture. This cover is actually one of R.L. Stein's favorite Goosebumps covers. I'm dead serious here. But yeah, it's really cool. And that was my surprisingly long thoughts on Goosebumps Horrorland 5 Dr. Maniac. Next book will be my 10th Goosebumps review. I thank you for watching this unique video on the channel, and have a good day.